$500 a month? That's a car payment. That's a few dinners out. That's a gym membership you never use, plus a streaming service, plus groceries for a week. Most people spend $500 a month without thinking about it. But what if instead, for 30 years, you took that $500 every single month and put it into a simple S&P 500 index fund? No stock picking, no timing the market, no financial advisor. Just $500 every month for 30 years. I'm going to show you exactly what happens. The real math, 3 different scenarios, conservative, realistic, and historical. And then I'm going to show you the one mistake that destroys this entire strategy for most people who try it. Let's get into it. The setup. First, let's set the rules. $500 per month. That's $6,000 per year. You invest it into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund, something like VOO or IVV, with a 0.03% expense ratio. You reinvest every dividend. You don't touch it, you don't panic sell, you don't try to time the market. You just buy every single month for 30 years. Your total out-of-pocket investment over 30 years is $180,000. That's $500 times 12 months times 30 years. $180,000 of your own money. That's it. Now, what does the market do with that $180,000? Scenario 1. Conservative 5% return. Let's start with the most conservative scenario first. 5% annual return. This is what you'd expect from a balanced portfolio of stocks and bonds. Or if you're genuinely pessimistic about future market returns. $500 per month, 30 years, 5% annual return compounded monthly. Final balance, $416,129. You put in $180,000. The market turned it into $416,129. That's $236,000 of pure compound growth. Money you never worked for, never saved, never earned. It just appeared because you stayed in the market. Even at the most conservative estimate, you more than doubled your money. But 5% is not what the S&P 500 has historically delivered. Let's look at the realistic number. Scenario 2. Realistic, 7% return. Most financial planners use 7% as the baseline for long-term S&P 500 projections. This is the inflation-adjusted real return, meaning this is what your money is actually worth in today's purchasing power after accounting for inflation. $500 per month, 30 years, 7% annual return compounded monthly. Final balance, $609,985. You put in $180,000. You end up with $609,985. That's $429,985 in growth. Money the market generated for you while you were living your life. More than 3 times your total contributions, just from compound interest. In the first 10 years at 7%, you'd have around $86,500. In years 10 to 20, that jumps to about $260,000. And in the final 10 years, years 20 to 30, your balance goes from $260,000 to $609,000. More than half of your total wealth gets built in the last decade. This is why staying invested, especially in year 25, 26, 27, when you're tempted to protect your gains, is the most important thing you can do. The last 10 years are where the compounding gets violent. Don't leave early. Scenario 3. Historical, 10% return. Now the historical number. Since 1928, through the Great Depression, World War II, the dot-com crash, 2008, and COVID, every single crisis, the S&P 500 has delivered an average annual return of approximately 10% with dividends reinvested. Not every decade, not every year, but across the full long run, 10%. $500 per month, 30 years, 10% annual return compounded monthly. Final balance, $1,130,244. Over $1 million. You put in $180,000, you end up with $1,130,244. The market gave you $950,244 in growth, more than 5 times what you put in.
$500 a month, 30 years, over $1 million. That's not a get-rich-quick scheme. That's not stock picking. That's not timing the market. That's just buying the S&P 500 every month and not touching it. Of that $1,130,244, only $180,000 came from your pocket. The other $950,244 came entirely from compound growth. The market did 84% of the work, you did 16%. What if you start late? Now, what if you don't have 30 years? What if you're starting at 40 instead of 30? What if you only have 20 years? $500 per month, 20 years, 10% annual return compounded monthly. Final balance, $379,684. Still incredible, but notice the difference. 10 extra years of investing added $750,000 to your final balance. 10 years, $750,000. That's $75,000 of value for every year you start earlier. Every single year you delay costs you on average over $75,000 in final wealth at historical returns. What about 15 years? $500 per month, 15 years, 10% annual return compounded monthly. Final balance, $207,235. Compare that to 30 years, $1,130,244. Same $500 per month, just 15 fewer years, and you end up with over $920,000 less. That is the cost of waiting. That is the real math nobody puts in front of you clearly enough. The one mistake that destroys everything. Here's the part most people skip. Everything I just showed you assumes one thing, that you stay invested. You don't sell in March 2020 when the market drops 34% in 33 days. You don't sell in 2022 when the S&P 500 falls 20%. You don't sell in 2025 when headlines scream, "Recession is coming." You don't sell ever. But most people do sell. Research consistently shows that the average investor earns significantly less than the index because of one behavior. They buy high and sell low. They panic at exactly the wrong moment. The S&P 500 returned 10% historically. The average investor who tried to time that same market earned far less, because they kept getting out at the bottom and missing the recovery. The math only works if you stay in. A low-cost S&P 500 index fund, VOOI, VVSPLG, or FXAIX, makes this easy. Set up automatic monthly contributions, turn off financial news, stop checking your balance every week. Let the compounding work. The strategy is simple. The behavior is the hard part. All three scenarios side by side. $500 per month, 30 years, $180,000 invested, monthly compounding. At 5%, you end up with $416,129, growth of $236,129. At 7%, you end up with $609,985, growth of $429,985. At 10%, you end up with $1,130,244, growth of $950,244. The realistic range for someone investing in a low-cost S&P 500 index fund over 30 years starting right now, somewhere between $609,000 and $1,130,000. Even at the lower end of that range, you've built real meaningful wealth from $500 a month. The verdict. 1. $500 a month is enough. You don't need to be rich to build wealth, you need to be consistent. 2. Time is the most important variable in this equation, not which fund you pick, Not what the market does next year, time. 3. A low-cost S&P 500 index fund does 84% of the work for you. VOOI, VVSPLG, FXAIX. Pick one, set up auto-invest, leave it alone. 4. The math only works if you don't sell. Every crash you survive, every downturn you stay invested through, adds to your final number. The people with over $1 million at retirement aren't smarter than you, they just didn't sell. If you want to know exactly which S&P 500 fund to put that $500 into, I have a full breakdown of VOO versus IVV linked right here. And if you're building a retirement portfolio from scratch, watch my 3 ETF portfolio video next. Subscribe. Next week, I'm covering what the average American actually has saved in their 401k at 30, 40, 50, and 60. The numbers will shock you. I'll see you in the next one.